As humans, we come into the world alone and we die alone. But in the middle, something about the human experience begs to be shared. We want to connect. And what connects us? Social technology. Social technology. It's the element of history that has connected us all, from the clock to the map, to reading and writing, to journalism and television, and now finally social media. It has been what unites the human experience. Without social technology, where would we be? It has led to our extreme connections with each other, growing and growing, as communication has increased over the years. Today, the social technology we deal with is the internet, specifically sites like Facebook. Facebook makes us able to communicate with exponentially more people than we would otherwise. But at what cost? And so the question arises, with the use of this social technology, Facebook, do you feel more or less connected? It seems difficult to determine. There is the obvious feeling of being able to talk to more people, but studies such as the one conducted by Time magazine found that the scientists studied 600 people who logged time on social networks and discovered that 1 in 3 felt worse and more disconnected after visiting the site. Facebook frequenters specifically also spent time on the site and were more likely to feel dissatisfied. To get to the bottom of this, of what social technology means to us today, I began by interviewing the people I knew best, the people around me.
I don't know, I don't always use technology that much. Like, I creep sometimes, like, just hang out on Facebook when I don't have anything else to do. But I, never make statuses. I think I definitely haven't made a status in years. And I haven't changed my profile picture since I was a sophomore. Because I get anxious about how many people can see things.
I think in some ways I feel more connected because I get to see a lot of pictures of my family that I don't see often and watch little videos that they post with their kids. But it definitely does take a toll. I've seen on some of my friends' lives where they're more connected virtually than they are in person.
I feel connected for the short term, but not the same connection you get when you're hanging out with friends. It's kind of like eating something really fatty and you feel good right there, but afterwards you're just that was a bad decision. Well, not a bad decision, but it wasn't as fun as you expected it to be.
I would say for my friends who live in other countries, it definitely has been a way of feeling closer to what's going on in their daily life. But I have definitely experienced the other side of that, which is I feel like sometimes we don't make the effort to have as deep of conversations because we feel like we know what's going on in each other's life all the time. And then it's also very easy to waste a whole lot of time on the computer.
Yeah.
Rather than, I think, why didn't I just pick up the phone and have a half an hour conversation with them rather than spending that time on the computer?
Because I mostly use it as a tool, but I could do the same things I do on Facebook in real life.
For example, some of my Haitian family, it's really easy to just Facebook message them, and without Facebook, I would have no way of talking to them.
I feel more connected. I feel like I'm in the loop, all the cool kids, I know what they're doing, so yeah.
I feel less connected in terms of comparing myself to other people, and that's really easy to do on Facebook. I think that's a negative part of the whole thing, but I don't know how much that actually has to do with connection.
Organization, sometimes I feel like I'm less connected to sort of what's going on holistically, but person-to-person connection, I definitely don't feel like I'm missing out on anything through Facebook. Like most people, if I want to talk to them, I see them in person, hang out with them, call them, text them.
To further enhance my exploration, I conducted a survey with that same question. Based on your use of Facebook, do you feel more or less connected to your community? 30% said yes, absolutely. 45% yes, but only in a virtual way, which may be less meaningful, and about 25% said they actually feel less connected. I learned a lot, but it was clear there was still more to the story. With this in mind, I took to the streets.
How often do you use Facebook?
Every day.
And like, what do you do on it?
Post a lot of pictures, talk a lot of mess, connect with old friends, email, like that.
Great. And as a result, do you feel more or less connected to your community?
More connected.
More connected? 100%?
100%.
More connected. I feel a little more connected. I don't use it for communication. It hasn't replaced communication that I have with people I'm close to. That would make me feel less connected.
Yeah.
So I'm in grad school here on the East Coast, so like that's one way I talk to my friends.
Same you?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Stay in contact with people I'm not around.
Do you feel more connected as a result?
Yeah.
And do you feel more or less connected as a result?
Less.
Why do you feel less connected?
Personal, I guess.
It's impersonal?
Shit on there. Yeah. It's not as personal.
Do you still feel connected to your family even without a Facebook, like staying in touch with everyone?
Oh yes. We stay in touch all the time.
Do you still feel connected?
And by email.
Yeah.
Or telephone. Old-fashioned telephone.
Old-fashioned telephone. So you find other ways to stay connected?
Oh yeah, we get together all the time.
The results were interesting. It appeared that something specifically designed to bring people together was actually working to push them apart. This social technology functioned to make separation more feasible, and instead of connecting people, it made them capable of disconnecting. I realized there was still one person whose views I hadn't heard yet. To complete my research, I turned introspective.
I definitely feel less connected as a result of Facebook. I think Facebook allows you to disconnect, sit behind a computer, and kind of do your own thing without having to interact with people. I think I feel most connected to my world when I close my computer, turn off all of my social media, let go of my social technology, and actually go out and meet with people. That's when I feel the most connected.
Social technology. It both connects and separates us, brings us together and tears us apart. From this exploration, I learned that it can connect us, but we must be careful to remember the connections that already exist in our lives. We must cherish the connections between our immediate family and friends, and the stories shared in our daily interactions with the people around us. We must not replace those with virtual substitutes. If we abide by this, our connections have the potential to be endless.